Good morning. Today is Wednesday, October 8th. It is 7:49 a.m. Central Time. So just kind of getting to the review now. So we'll be walking through it together, just kind of live. So I was just been kind of watching the news. Looks like we'll have the Fed minutes out today this afternoon. Not much else on employment numbers, and so I think everybody's kind of guessing, and so we'll just see what the notes were as far as rate cuts. But I think obviously everybody's baking in at least one, and some are betting to more rate cuts. So we'll just kind of see. And then we got some earnings. So there's Pepsi earnings tomorrow, so that's something to look forward to. And then we got some Fed speakers in the afternoon. Um, I think there was some commentary. Well, there was some commentary on the news today about potential concerns of Nvidia financing its chips to other tech companies so they can, buy the chips and do all the stuff they need to do for AI magic and all that. So we'll see how we go there. Um, as far as the flow yesterday for the Qs, looks like we're a little bit more bearish. And let's say if you're spending 200K, it's bearish. 500K, it's bearish. A million, it's bearish. So a couple big $1 million bets. One was 2 million on the call side, looking for a 670, but this is way out, right? And in more short term this year, about a month from now, we are betting that we're going to be below 600. Pretty big bet here, so that's something to kind of keep in mind within the next month, which I kind of agree with that a little bit. So we'll just kind of see how things play out there. And then we had a nice dark pool print, which I marked yesterday actually. Did we have a nice dark pool print? Yeah, we had $1 billion here at the 604, like 1.7, 1.8. And if you put everything together, it's probably 2 billion. So we had that nice level marked, and so I had marked that in the afternoon yesterday. But we can kind of go ahead and just look at what price is saying really quickly. So first thing, let's look at all the indexes. So we had the NQ kind of pulled back. We did sweep the low of yesterday and then kind of hung out there and held that as support. Now we're kind of opening kind of muted inside day, but holding up. So we'll see. Same thing with the S&P, but it was a much more significant break of yesterday's low and then also the low of Friday. But now we've kind of opened and we're pushing up green a little bit more. So let's see. Kind of similar with the Russell. Looks very similar to the ES, and the Dow looks similar to the Qs, where we kind of, well, it actually didn't break the low of Monday, so swept it and kind of went back up. So it was a nice, cooling off day, pulling back. Nothing super crazy. We got the FOMC minutes this afternoon, so who knows if we sell off going into that. That's very possible. Um, we could also go up. If there was good language in there as far as rate cuts. So we shall see. VIX is kind of coiling up, so I guess there's a little bit of uncertainty. Um, Zooming out, we're still flat, but it looks like we're kind of coiling up there. Same thing with the dollar. Having a little bit of strength if you zoom in. Treasury yields are kind of falling, so that's a little bit mixed for me as far as impact on the Qs. And then looking at gold, it looks like we are like everybody's rotating back into gold. Figure I start looking at gold instead of XLT here, just to kind of get a broader sense of things, or XLK. But gold's super strong here, up, 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 and so there's could be some rotation into there, just kind of prepping for what the Fed might say about rate cuts and all that with the notes. So there you go. I think for me, I think everybody's just cautious today because you got the FOMC minutes and all that, and we don't have any job numbers yet, and government's still shut down and all that. So I think we're just kind of cooling. So that's fine. So we look at mega tech. So Apple's been kind of upward range flag situation. I guess at this point, maybe it's not a flag because it's super long. I'm not really sure. I don't follow the patterns too much, but I do recognize it. But so we're kind of cooling. Had this nice big push up, made that broke all those resistance. Tried again yesterday, didn't quite do it, or not yesterday, but Monday didn't quite do it. Inside day on Tuesday, so held the low, but didn't break the high. And pre-market, we're kind of opening near the low. So we're gonna just watch to see if we can break below this 254.82. See if that holds up or not. Microsoft had a nice push up, just cooling off, just kind of pull back. That's a pullback. Could be, intraday, that would be for me like a nice buy, with a stop there and see what you do. So we'll see how the daily looks. Amazon just kind of holding here, but a little bit higher on the pre-market. So seems to be some strength there. Google pulling back, opening or pre-markets here. Not sure if it broke that low pre-market, but we are opening above yesterday or Monday's low. Meta is kind of where it was closing yesterday, so nothing new there. Nvidia opening up a little bit higher, even though we closed down yesterday, so there's some strength. Tesla, opening higher than where we close, so looks like it's showing some resilience there. And then the Qs are the Qs, opening higher than the close, similar to the NQ. So I mean, it's still bullish, but cooling off for sure. I think everybody's kind of cautious. We're cooling off. I think with the Fed minutes, maybe there's not too much action. Maybe we absorb the minutes, and then Thursday, Friday, we get our fireworks, or there's nothing happens and we move sideways until something really nudges us either direction. So, we'll see. I think I'm kind of cautious today with the notes. Maybe we'll just ping pong. I think today probably highest probability of ping ponging in the morning session. So I'll be open to both sides with that. And then, so as far as what things look like on my trading chart, yeah, marked all the levels for imbalance and everything. I think for electronic trading hours, we are just kind of hanging out here. Yeah, so we opened up. Yeah, so we had that sell-off. Here we go. So it's just sell-off back into this kind of key level, which we had a lot of volume kind of pile up right here. The support level was this support level. This is all pre-market. But yeah, this support level at the end of day held once, held twice, held once, pushed up into this key level, went down to it, it held again, pushed up, broke the high of this kind of breakdown area here. And now we're kind of falling back over to the key level. So I think, we're kind of just testing all this. So just kind of watching. I think I will kind of color this one differently a little bit just so I pay attention to it. Maybe we'll make it pink. Yeah, so, this was bounced off of here right before, well, officially it reclaimed here, kind of bounced off of here before the close, and then right at the close where the hours that you can't really trade, it bounced off again, and it just kind of held. So I think this level of 25, 20, 25, 30s, we'll call it, I think that's an interesting level to watch in the first hour or so to see if we hold that or not. If we break below significantly, maybe we keep going down. But I think that's a nice intraday line in the sand for the morning session. And it will just kind of see. There's a bunch of levels here. I'll see how price reacts. Like I said, I am open to ping pongs, so ping ponging around. But I'm going to watch this level, this 25.030, and just see what things look like. All right. Well, that's it for me. I guess other side note is I did create another indicator if you watched my other video. So I created this VWAP, which is colored based on CBD. And I have the candles, which are colored by 15-minute rolling 15 period CVD. And so I'm kind of counting that. And then the VWAP, which is colored by rolling 60. And so I'll use that more as confluence type of thing. So just kind of testing that out. Um, and so, yeah, here we go. All right. Well, that is it for me. I guess we'll just see how it goes and do not get caught. Thank you.